And like, seriously, my jaw dropped to the ground. The lady behind me in line even looked at me like, did she really just say that? Hi Shani Fannies, welcome to Educating Shani. I'm Shani and I'm recovering from an eating disorder. Hi Shani, hi. Okay, so yesterday I did kind of my first video on this eating disorder series thing that I'm going to be doing. So I did part 1 yesterday, and before I get into this video, I just want to say thank you so much for the overwhelming support on that video. Everyone was so kind and loving and understanding, and that really means a lot to me right now because obviously I'm going through a rough little patch, but talking about those things definitely helped me, and your feedback definitely helped me even more. So thank you so much. So today what I want to talk about kind of goes along with what yesterday's video was, sort of, which is it bad to be fat? Is it physically a bad thing? Is it emotionally a bad thing? So I was going to tell you this story yesterday, but I had already talked too much yesterday. So I want to tell you a story that happened to me just the other day. So I was checking out at a store. I'm not going to say which store, in the off chance that this woman happens to find this video and watch it, which will never happen, but still. So I met this woman in line. She was probably 50, 60 years old. She was the cashier checking me out. And so we got to talking. She asked what I do and I told her. And then we were talking and vibing and like on the same page about so many things. And you know, she seemed to like really understand this. It seemed like maybe she knew a lot of people that struggled with eating disorders. So that was really neat. And then she stops for a minute and she goes, I have a question for you. And I was like, what? And she goes, do you think that it's like a good thing that people are accepting their bigger bodies these days? And I said, yeah, I'm totally with you. Like, absolutely, it's a great thing. Like, body positivity is starting to take place. People are starting to be proud of their curves. Big butts are in style if you have them. If not, that's okay. All these things. Like, I was just like, yeah, that makes me happy that the world is starting to like see that curvy is beautiful too. And she goes, no, that's not what I'm talking about. And I said, what do you mean? She's like, well, I'm talking about how there are people out there who are proud of their big bodies and they shouldn't be. I was like, what? And like, seriously, my jaw dropped to the ground. The lady behind me in line even looked at me like, did she really just say that? Because here's the thing, it's absolutely okay to love your body. Now, I'm gonna let this go and I'm not gonna like shout her out or say her name or anything like that, because you know what? This could be from her generation. She's probably 50s, 60s, something like that. So she grew up in a time where women were being told that they had to look a certain way and they had to look skinny and they had to be healthy, whatever that means, and cook for their husbands and clean all day. Like, she came from that generation, so like I can understand that. But it really just got me thinking about this topic. The other thing, a lot of the comments that I got yesterday, and this is none of your faults at all, this is like stuff that, again, our world seems to be wired this way still, and we're all trying to change this. But a lot of you said in the comments, and you were so sweet, I know what you were saying, but a lot of you said, Shani, you're not fat, you're beautiful. As to imply that fat is not beautiful. But fat is beautiful. Fat can be beautiful. Now, I do want to get into the opposing side of this and be realistic and say, if you're not healthy and you're overweight, then no, being fat is not a good thing if it's ruining your health, if it's getting in the way of your life, if it's slowing your life down, if it's tearing things in your life apart, if it's, you know, if it's hurting you in any way, then no, fat is not good. For me, fat is not good right now, and it's good right now. Every situation is different. For me personally, I'm in the middle of recovering from an eating disorder, and when you recover from an eating disorder, typically if you've at least the types where you like deprive yourself of food. So bulimia, anorexic, if you're not used to holding down food or you're not used to eating a lot of food, and then you stop doing that behavior after doing it for so long, your body will do the opposite reaction of whatever your behavior was. So like I started gaining weight because my body was like, oh my gosh, isn't she gonna throw this up? Why isn't she throwing this up? She usually throws it up, or she usually starves herself till it absorbs into nothing. So what do we do with all this food? I don't want to digest it. I want to hold it in, and I want to hold on to it, because what if this is the last time she's gonna eat? We don't know. We don't know the next time our little belly fibers are gonna be able to keep down our foods. So that's why I've been putting on weight. However, my weight has affected a lot of my other health problems lately. And that's what makes this so freaking hard. So one of the biggest ones that I've noticed is that I've had knee problems for a really long time. It runs in my family, my mom and my grandma. I don't know if it's arthritis. I don't know what it is. I do have fibromyalgia, but I don't think it's that. I think it's something else, and I'll be seeing a doctor very soon about it. But anyway, I'm noticing, like, I've always had bad knees where they'll hurt. It's hard for me to stand up unless I have something to grab onto. My knees have always been really weak. My wee has been weak too. Wee? Do people call it a wee? A wee. Wee. My knees have always been bad. They've always bothered me. I've always had pain, but it would only come like every once in a while. And whenever I'm heavier, which I've been heavier several times in my life, I have fluctuated 80 pounds, 90 pounds, 100 pounds, more than I can even tell you. Not 100 pounds. I think 80, 90 pounds is the most I've fluctuated, but still, that's a lot of weight. And so whenever I'm at my heavier weights, I have knee problems, and when I'm lighter, they're not as bad. But right now I'm kind of almost at my heaviest weight, and and my knee is definitely suffering. We live in a 3-story home, and so the stairs that we have are just really, really rough on me lately, and that's really like taking every ounce of energy that I have just to get up the stairs and get down the stairs. So things like that. And then I'm out of breath more often because I'm heavier and there's more weight on my heart. Like, obviously it's not healthy to be overweight if it's affecting your health, but right now for me personally, and you guys can decide what it is for you, is if you're fat, let's just call it fat and get rid of the stigma of fat is bad and fat is something that's makes you worthless and hopeless and useless and disgusting and nobody wants to be around you. Let's get rid of that, and let's just start saying, you know what, this is fat. This is fat, okay? I'm not gonna show you the rest because I'm not wearing pants, but I have much fat on me, and so do a lot of you, and so what? Okay, you're fat. Let's move on to the next part of our lives, okay? Let's accept it. We are fat. Now what? Are we fat because we have health problems? Are we fat because we're just overeaters? Are we fat because we're lazy? Are we fat because we're recovering from an eating disorder? Every situation is different, and nobody can judge that except for you and your doctor and God, if you believe in God. Like, no one else should be able to judge that about you. And we need to start like not thinking about what Ed has been telling us in our heads this whole time, that fat does equal all of those horrible things that we do not even deserve to live. That's how horrible we are if we're fat. Start looking at it as, okay, you know what? Yeah, I've got fat on me. Now what? Okay, I might need to get healthier because my heart hurts a lot, or I'm having breathing problems, or my joints are hurting a lot more since I've gained weight, or whatever. You know what it is. You know what the right answer is, so do it. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm getting to the point right now, which is why I've been struggling so much lately, where I'm still recovering from an eating disorder by keeping down food, by not binging and purging, and that's great for my eating disorder and my mental state. But then my physical state is really bad. I have a list of huge multiple health problems. I'll link the video below and where I explain all of my health problems. It's a really good video. I'm so proud of it. But seriously, it's embarrassing. It's hard for me to talk about that, but I have many, many different diagnoses. I've been sick since I was a little girl, not just because of my eating disorder, other things. And so my weight gain has been affecting those things too. So I'm in a really frustrating point right now, but I know that if I stick with it and don't give up and keep trusting the process, that I will soon be able to feel a little bit better, to be able to exercise more and treat and feed my keep feeding my body good. Like, I'm feeding my body good things, I'm feeding my body bad things too, but it's like right now I'm just focused on getting into the habit of keeping down food. And as soon as I feel safe enough that it's now normal for me to keep down food, then I'm going to work on losing weight in a healthy way, only because of my health problems. And that's how everyone should be. If it's causing you health problems, then yeah, you should lose weight, but don't do it because you look fat. You look ugly, therefore, because you look fat, therefore you're ugly. No, do it because of your health, and that's what matters. So many people on YouTube you're seeing exercise every day and eat right every day, and they're just naturally curvy people, and that's just how it is, and that's okay. And so many women out there beat themselves up after having babies because their body changes and their tummy might not ever go away. That's okay, because look at the beauty that came out of it. Like, look at that. And if all of my health problems weren't happening right now and being affected by my weight gain, it would be easier for me to look at myself and be like, holy crap, I've gained a lot of weight. But guess what? I did something really beautiful, and I'm beating an eating disorder, and that's something I never thought I could do. So it's just, this is all relative. It depends on your situation. Don't beat yourself up anymore about this. Let's stop comparing fat with beautiful. Fat can be beautiful, and that's not what matters. It's health that matters. And if you've got fat on your body but you're healthy, then great. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. Let me know in the comments below what you would like me to talk about. I left a comment on yesterday's video asking you guys more things that you want to see from me, because I'm trying to revisit a lot of these old eating disorder topics, as well as sharing my really rough patch of recovery right now. Because it's really helping me to talk about it rather than to just stay by myself and keep it quiet. It's really helping me to talk to you guys about it. So, but let me know what other topics you'd like me to revisit that I did a long time ago. I would really like to revisit as many topics as I can as far as eating disorder and mental health. So if you guys have a favorite video from a long time ago, or you've just never heard me talk about something that you want me to talk about, let me know, and I'll be doing that a lot coming up. So thanks again for your support. I love you, and remember forever and always that you are beautiful, you are worth it, and I am too. Thanks for watching. Bye.